This is the weekly sales meeting for December 11th, 2022. My name is Chris Fleming. You can reach me at chris@cdmediaconsulting.com or go to our website at cdmediaconsulting.com. Today's topic is don't sell advertising, sell ideas. For much of the past year, we have had lingering talk of the dreaded R word, recession. Much of that has been brought on by the dreaded I word, inflation. The price of everything has increased almost overnight. I live in California, where we have $6 and $7 gallons of gas. Do we not think that is going to have an adverse effect on the price of other goods and services? Travel through the economic expenditure tree. On the other side, there is the advertising equation, the one that should be a staple of modern business, but becomes the first casualty when the economy experiences any turbulence. Much of that stems from the idea that purchasing advertising is like any other commodity. It is not sticky, it lacks substance, it is all the same, there is 0 point of differentiation, and it is an expense, not an investment. John Maynard Keynes was an English economist. His ideas changed the theory and practice of macroeconomics, and he changed the economic policies of governments. He refined earlier work on the causes of business cycles and how they impact future economic structure. Keynes spearheaded revolutionary economic thinking. He challenged the very idea of contemporary economic policy. His work navigated most Western-style economies through the Great Depression. He wrote, "The difficulty lies not so much in developing new ideas as in escaping from old ones." And this is where we find ourselves today. In many mass media operations, the emphasis was placed on the wrong syllable. We reward the action of closing the sale rather than investigating what we were closing. What we were selling is less important than whether it got sold at all. The result is a commodity sales approach that favors the lowest bidder. Instead of developing ideas and selling those for what they are worth, we sell anything for any amount someone is willing to pay. Good ideas should be the currency of every salesperson. Otherwise, they could replace us with computers and do the whole thing programmatically. And trust me, that has been discussed. The only thing stopping the implementation of this practice full-time is the business customer actually prefers to buy from a human being they know and trust, one that comes to the table armed with new thoughts and ideas, not one armed with the lowest price commodity of the day. Some of that is greed and the rest is fear. Fear that others might steal those ideas. So what, I say. Computer pioneer Howard Aiken is the man in charge of the team responsible for the computer design inside the Harvard Mark II. This was one of the very first operational and functional computer designs. It was commissioned in 1944 and operational by 1947. He said, "Don't worry about people stealing your ideas. If your ideas are good, you will have to ram them down people's throats." Most will shy away from good ideas if they are new for fear of the unknown. You will have to make your case for the new and different. I have made a living off of developing ideas, some new, some retooled. I have had ideas not work 20 years ago that are reworked for today and are a smashing success. And the converse is also true. Stuff that worked in the past does not work in today's climate. The key is to keep trying, keep arming yourself, keep thinking about what the possibilities are. Never stop asking, what if we did this? Alfred Bernard Nobel has a now famous name. He was born in Sweden. The year was 1833. Amongst his claims to fame were chemistry, engineering, and business. He was an inventor who held over 350 patents in his lifetime. He is best known for leaving his fortune to establish a prize bearing his name. The Nobel Prize is given every year in various categories, including science. He said, "If I have 1,000 ideas and only one turns out to be good, I am satisfied." Alas, he did have one good idea. He is credited with the invention of dynamite. Salespeople with ideas are rich in resources. They have a wallet full of currency, should they decide to spend some. In the economic climate of today, or any year, those that have ideas have the upper hand. What ideas do you have for your customers today? Robert Collier was an American self-help author. He was the nephew of Peter Fenlon Collier, founder of Collier's Weekly, so he might have had a competitive advantage in his field. He wrote, "All riches have their origin in mind. Wealth is in ideas, not money." Now, good luck trying to pay the electric bill with an idea, but ideas can lead to money, so that is the next best thing. Think about your customers and prospects. What problem can you help them solve today? Tomorrow, the next day? Pick up the phone and tell your customer you want to come and see them because I have an idea. Watch how different that conversation is from, "You wouldn't want to buy this, would you?" The best salespeople are idea creators. They have this unique ability to think about an idea and have 2 or 3 ways to improve the situation. Eleanor Roosevelt was the first lady during the Great Depression. She said great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Small minds discuss people. When you get together with your next prospect, talk about ideas. Talk about ideas to solve customer problems. If all they want to do is discuss the price of your product, you have missed the mark. You get reduced to a commodity, and you will lose this game. But in the idea creation game, you are in control. It is your idea. You can set the time, the place, the method of execution, and the price in any economy. The problem is rarely the cost of the solution. It is the inability to see the path forward after the initial investment. That is the role of the salesperson, to show a vision of the future, and included in that future is not only the end result, but the pathway to the first step. And the first step is the hardest for most customers to take. The economy will ebb and flow, but the expectation of success from your sales manager never does. The funny thing about those sales budgets is they never decrease. To keep your position as a trusted advisor, never stop looking for customer ideas. Ideas sell. People buy ideas. They buy ideas and then wrap their heads around the price of the idea, not the other way around. And when you open the conversation with, "We have an idea for you," no matter what it is, your idea is better than their idea. And they will always think it is when they don't know about it. Most are so busy trying to keep their businesses running, they don't have the space to think about new ideas. You did them a favor, so share your ideas. This is when the work begins. Once your customer or prospect knows about the idea and finds out it is not free, the field shifts. It shifts to a value creation field. This is not the time to be timid. Be bold. It is your idea. Advertising is a method to convey these ideas. Stephen P.H. Butler Laycock, FRSC, was a Canadian teacher, political scientist, writer, and humorist. Between the years 1915 and 1925, he was the best-known English-speaking humorist in the world. He made a name for himself with his light humor along with criticisms of people's follies. He wrote Advertising, the science of arresting the human intelligence long enough to get money from it. One might argue that is the art of salesmanship, but the work begins with the value creation for our customers. Most of the time, they can only see expenses. They can't see a successful future. We must draw the roadmap. It is up to us to apply the vision statement to the action task. Ideas sell. Advertising guru Leo Burnett said good advertising does not just circulate information, it penetrates the public mind with desires and belief. In the end, this is what you do. You are using the medium you represent to tell a story, to sell an idea. You are not selling advertising, but using it as a mechanism to build a case for the consumer, a case about why your customer's product is better than its competitor. It is not more complicated than that, and we should not make it so. Generate ideas for your customers. Show them the best pathway for deployment. This is a strategic conversation. You can worry about the execution later. Develop the idea, develop the message, and then make sure you deploy it enough times so that it is incapable of being ignored. That is how you make it impactful. Generate the ideas and sell those. Then you are not selling advertising. You are selling a lifeline to your audience in the form of an idea. My new book, You Can't Lead from the Back of the Room, Nor Should You, is now available on Audible as an audiobook download. If you like what you have heard here today, please consider downloading a copy or two. You can send one to a friend. You can go to cdmediaconsulting.com right now and follow the instructions to order.